Hey Giants fans, Ryan Dunleavy, Matt Lombardo on the field here at MetLife Stadium after the Giants opened the preseason with the 20-10 loss to the Browns. Matt, what was your number one takeaway today?
I thought the number one takeaway, Ryan, was the secondary is still an issue. Yes, there were some good things that happened tonight. The Saquon Barkley run, the offensive line came together nicely on the first team. But you look at the free safety spot, Darian Thompson got beat over the top on 2 consecutive plays, including a touchdown where Njoku got behind Alec Ogletree and scored. It was Thompson who gave up a big play the previous snap, and then at the cornerback position, Janoris Jenkins gives up a big play on the first passing attempt of the game to Jarvis Landry. Tyrod Taylor goes 5 for 5 for 99 yards. Secondary was one of the biggest concerns.
Baker Mayfield looked pretty damn good too.
Yeah, one of the biggest concerns last year, and I don't think the Giants have really done quite enough yet to address it going into this year.
Yeah, I'd say both the number 1 and 2 picks were in this game from the draft. They both looked like number 1 and 2 picks. I just mentioned Baker Mayfield threw 2 touchdown passes, 200 yards passing. To your point, the Giants secondary struggled, and Saquon Barkley ripped off a 39-yard run on the first play of the game that, despite what Barkley will tell you, was not extremely well blocked. He made some nice moves to turn probably a 3-yard gain into a 39-yard gain, bounced it to the outside. He also had a negative 2-yard run, and that's one of the knocks on him is that he loses yards too many times for a back of his caliber. But all things in all, 5 carries for 43 yards is a pretty good debut when you only play 2 series. So I thought the first 2 picks in the draft looked like the first 2 picks in the draft.
No, I agree. And I think that when you look at the offensive line, that was one of the bigger worries coming into tonight. And that play, as you pointed out, wasn't well blocked. But overall, there was a play where Will Hernandez did a nice job picking up a double A gap blitz. That was great to see from a rookie second-round pick. I thought Nate Solder played well, and John Halapio did a really nice job at center. And the sack that they did give up, that was more on a failed blitz pickup by Jonathan Stewart than anything else.
Yeah, but he came right between Halapio and Hernandez too. But you make a good point. The other thing is the quarterbacks. I mean, we're going to talk Giants young quarterbacks all preseason. Eli Manning played in this game. He didn't play in the preseason opener last year. He played 2 series. Davis Webb struggled. A lot of his balls were high. He attributed that to being amped up, which is a thing people say. I mean, sometimes when you're too amped up, the ball sails on you. That's what he said happened. He'll have to correct that real fast because you can't have that happen 2 weeks in a row, because then it's not about being being excited. I mean, he hadn't played a game since August 31st of last year, so not to make excuses for him, but you could see that. I thought Kyle Lauletta was pretty sharp. He looked like Kyle Lauletta. He was accurate on short and intermediate throws, not so accurate when he tried to throw the ball deep.
And I thought he looked more comfortable with the tempo of the offense during the game than he has throughout the majority of training camp. A couple nice anticipatory throws, led his receivers a couple of times, and he was about as impressive as you could be, not leading a scoring drive when your longest completion was for 23 yards. Pat Shurmur said it earlier this week that the depth chart behind Eli Manning isn't completely set in stone, and I think Lauletta played well enough tonight to put himself in the conversation to be the number 2, or at least open up some sort of competition for the rest of August.
Some competition. I mean, it's still Davis Webb right now, but you know, at least now you're thinking about it. I don't think you were thinking about it before. They are now turning this into the Jets field, where you see the number 3 pick, Sam Darnold, and our colleagues Matt and Daryl will have that covered for you. Stay tuned for our coverage to NJ.com/Giants. We'll be in Detroit next week, as will the Giants.